In my 20s, I was really like, God, I was so lost, and I had just no self-worth. I felt I was always trying to be part of like the group, like, you know, the cool group, and I felt always like the loser on the outside. And I had no career. I was taking drugs, I was drinking, I was smoking.
Mm.
I was just very, very unhealthy mentally, physically. Um, I well, yeah, and I just found myself in this repetitive cycle of feeling good very temporarily and then always going back to feeling um, just so sad, like just
Mm.
overwhelmingly sad. Like you couldn't even like get up in the morning.
Your perspective change so much depending on how you feel with yourself at a certain point. And
Mm,
um, I found that it's so important to also have those dark moments in order to enjoy the light that comes after.
mm,
And we do actually, I've got a whole collection inspired from that feeling, because we shouldn't forget whenever times are harder that there is always something better to come.
mm,
And obviously, it's when we need to hear it that we don't hear it.
yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was that important that I wanted to scream it on the roofs. Everybody, you okay? You will be fine. Don't
Yeah.
worry. There is a
Yeah.
light at the end of the tunnel. And
Yeah.
yeah, that's
I
I
love that.
I
Oh.
hear you. Mm-hmm. Actually, it's very interesting because I've suffered myself from postnatal depression after my second baby. It didn't stay for too long with me,
Mm,
but I do find that it is so hard to feel like yourself again, to
mm,
love yourself again, to accept yourself as you are again, and just laugh.
yeah.
And I wanted to ask you, how did you find self-love, and how did you accepted yourself the way you were?
Yeah, self-love is such a big one, and I'm so sorry that you went through that. It's so common, isn't it, for women
Mm,
after they have babies? And were you someone that had never had depression before and then suddenly it came on?
exactly.
Yeah, that's so often the case, is that people who have never experienced any
Mm,
kind of depression or anxiety, all of a sudden, after they have a baby, it just comes on like, what the hell is going on?
yeah, it's an explosion of hormones and the body changed so much, but it's just really that, I feel anything that happened to us always happened for the best reasons. And maybe it was even for me to understand better other people too. And,
Mm, I love
maybe
that.
less judgmental, or, there is always something, a good outcome out of it.
Exactly.
Um, but it is tough, and it's hard to feel like back to really being yourself.
The first step is always just to acknowledge that you are in control. You can take responsibility for your life, for your happiness, and you can make change. And that really, for me, was the first thing. The first step was just going, I'm responsible. I can't be a victim anymore. I have to take responsibility. And then I really just immersed myself in self development. So
Mm.
I just read every self-help book. I listened to podcasts. I listened to YouTube talks. Um, yeah, I just learned as much as I could, and then after that I discovered manifesting, and that's when everything changed. Manifesting is essentially our ability to just attract anything that we want into our lives, and it works on kind of the science of it comes in two parts. So there's quantum physics, which is basically that everything in the universe is energy, and we attract the energy that we feel, because feelings and emotions have different vibrational frequencies. So that's the kind of fit. It's basically just like attracts like. So if you're feeling high vibe, you're feeling gratitude, love, passion, excitement, inspiration, then you're going to attract high vibe things back to you. Whereas if you're
Mm.
feeling guilty, fearful, shame, anger, that's low vibe, and you're going to attract low vibe things back to you. But then on another level, manifesting works from a kind of neuroscience point of view. And that's essentially that when we put a goal in our minds that we visualize very clearly, our subconscious brain, which is 95% of our cognitive activity, will start to...
I didn't realize it was that much.
Yeah, it's wild. So we really manifest from our subconscious anyway. So manifesting is actually all to do with self-worth. The kind of secret of manifesting is that we manifest what we subconsciously believe that we are worthy of. So that's why self-love is really the driving force behind manifesting, and it is kind of the essence of it all. So you can visualize what you want, but if you don't believe you're worthy of it, then you're never going to be able to manifest it into your life. So there's a kind of,
so how do you trick yourself to think you're worthy of it?
Yeah, and that's what mantras are good for.
Would you say it makes a difference to tell mantra in your head, or if you have to say them verbally? Like
no,
loud?
I get asked this all the time. Actually, it doesn't matter. You can say it in your head or out loud, whatever feels more comfortable for you. I think the thing about saying it out loud is like you literally send a vibration through your body just from your voice. But I really love just saying them in my head. So it's kind of whatever. Also, some people, for example, they start saying them in their head and then they get more comfortable and then they say them out loud. So it's always...
Yeah, I think I'm like almost too shy within myself to say it loud.
Yeah. But maybe give it a go tomorrow
like
and see how you feel.
I'll try. I'll message you.
Message me too.
Do you maybe have some example of mantras to share?
Yes. Oh my God. Well, millions. A mantra can be something like, I am worthy. I am always attracting abundance into my life. I am grateful for all that I have. I am strong. I am resilient. I am loved. Any positive affirming statement is a mantra, essentially.
I've actually found that manifesting will translate into design of jewelry I will create for myself. So when we got married with my husband, I really wanted to create something that would represent both of us. So I created, actually, if you can see, the emerald bangle here.
I love it.
So it's called the union bracelet because it's basically the idea. I'm going to take it off so we can see better. It's basically the idea of two individuals. So the diamond lines are two individuals. And in the middle, in the channel setting, it's actually the path that you create together as two individuals.
I just got goosebumps.
But it was really important for me to express the fact that we are both important by ourselves, but together we create something new. And I feel it works for partners, it works for, for you and your mom, for best friends, for sisters, for two people who have that really attraction, or feeling like you soulmates, or feeling, and that you really have something to create together. And I love the design because I feel that it really reflects so well what I wanted to say.
That.
And the story behind is that we went on honeymoon in India and the Maldives, and I wanted to create it during the honeymoon. So the workshop we found when we went into India is the workshop we've been working with today.
No.
Yeah, so that's also part of the whole, that's also why I love it so much, because it's like I feel it was meant to be, the design and the workshop, and when things happen like that do happen. Yeah,
that's so beautiful. That's literally, and that for me is like the epitome of a healthy relationship, when you can both be your own person, but then you come together and create something unique. I love that.
Yay.
when we have a goal in our mind, our subconscious will start to drive all our decisions, our behaviors, our reactions, everything towards reaching that goal. So it kind of does it in the background without us even realizing.
Since my first job, I've put aside all my salary to create jewelry. And I realized that my way of manifesting has been through the jewelry piece I have created, because I would wear them to remind myself of something, or because I had a goal of something.
Yeah.
And it was my little reminder to get there. And actually, I've even created a whole collection. The meaning of it is called the Journey Collection, because it's that idea that every stepping stones brings you to where you want to go. And then once you're there, you've got another journey to do. So it's the idea you can stack them. But it was inspired from those journeys and aims and goals you set yourselves to, and challenges. And then once you get there, you turn the page and you go to the next one. A little something they could apply every day to make the day easier.
Absolutely. So I think the first thing is looking at actually what really makes you happy. And so for me, it's like always getting a journal and getting really clear, like, what are all the things in the last month that made you feel happy? So like really write everything. Was it when you went and got yourself a coffee and you really enjoyed like just walking to the coffee shop in the morning? Like the other day I walked Wolfie to nursery, and usually I drive him, and I felt so good walking home. And I thought, that's something I should do more of. So it's really just noticing all the things that really do bring you joy, make you feel at peace, and writing down all the things that don't. And it sounds so obvious, but we don't actually do it. We always do things that we think we should do, or that we're used to doing, or that our friends are doing. So that's like my first step, is like just get clarity on what actually brings you joy and makes you feel just like happy.
I really find it's something I've been doing myself for 10 years, not the same way. I've been doing it before I go to sleep. I do the three things that I'm grateful for the day. And I found the hardest was the day. The most important it is to do it, because then you go to sleep on like a happy note and a grateful note. And I was wondering if maybe you would have an explanation of the why it would, at least I know I can speak for myself, but I think it could apply to other people. Like, why does it actually help?
Yeah. So such a good question. And I talk about gratitude so much, whether it's in manifesting or self-love or anything to do with self-development. But I think one of the things about gratitude is, firstly, it's a high vibe emotion. So all emotions have different vibrational frequencies. And from a manifesting point of view, like attracts like. So if you're feeling grateful, you literally raise your vibration, you'll bring more positivity to you. But the other thing that it does is, we have something called neuroplasticity, which is our brain's ability to form new pathways based on behavioral patterns. So when we keep practicing gratitude regularly, we actually retrain our brains to focus on the good in our lives.
Wow.
So if we, every night, like you do, you're always spreading 3 things, or let's say I encourage people to do a positivity journal where they write down everything good that happened in the day. What happens is you do it so much that your brain, as you're going through your day-to-day life, is trying to find things that are good, things to be grateful for. And it's focused on the positive. And that just increases our overall well-being and feelings of happiness. Yeah, so I always say that, sometimes if you've had a really hard day, you can't think of something to be grateful for about yourself. You just really, when it's really hard. So I always say there's 3 categories. So you can have like grateful for yourself, like the person that you are, things that you can be grateful for about your life, and then you can be grateful for the world, things in the world. And you can always find something. So I try and encourage people to, let's say, do at least 3 of each category. So 3 things you're grateful for about yourself. So you might say, I'm grateful that I'm resilient. I'm grateful that I'm alive. I'm grateful that I have legs that allow me to dance and walk and run. And then you can do 3 things about your life that you're grateful for. So I'm grateful for my children. I'm grateful for my house. I'm grateful for my friends. And then 3 things in the world, in the universe. So that could be like, I'm grateful for the smell of coffee, or I'm grateful for the
I
sound of
love it.
birds. So you can always think of something. So I think always choose 3 to 5 from each category and maybe do it every night. It takes 5 minutes, and I just think, what have you got to lose? Try it and see in 2 weeks how you feel. So Alice,
The
wait,
best.
tell us about, you've got a new necklace. Can we say this?
Okay.
No,
Yes,
can
yes.
we?
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
You've got a new necklace coming out, which I saw the design, and
Yes.
I'm like, oh my God, I just want to buy a dress literally just to wear it with it. So can you tell us a bit about what's coming and
Sure.
about your collection?
Sure. Listen, it's a necklace that's been inspired by self-development and how important it is to just embrace who we are, where we are, and just becoming the best version of ourselves. And it seems so easy to say, but it's so hard to apply.
Yeah.
And I feel that I really wanted to create something that reminds us of how to get there and where we've been through. So it's a necklace that basically reminds you where you are, who you are, but also what you need to focus on and what you need to release in order to get where you want to go.
Love that.
Yeah, I really love it too. I feel it will speak to you so much.
Yes, so much.
And then as soon as we have more details to share, I would love to share more with you.
I can't wait.
Very, very exciting.
I can't wait. At the moment, I'm really into grounding and nature and silence. So if I could give you one thing to do every week, it would be choose a time and go outside, barefoot if you can, and just walk silently. Nothing in your ears, no headphones, no music, no podcast, no talking to a friend, just silence. And just listen to the sounds of the birds, look at the trees, look at the sky, use it as an act of meditation. I can't describe at the moment, I just feel compelled with nature and this need for us to just slow down and just take a moment to just be here on earth without
I love that.
distraction.
Do you think you might feel that you're like craving the nature because of the time, like that, because of the fact we've been spending so much time inside?
Yeah, I think so. We've had such bad weather here. Like, it's been horrific. So we've only just suddenly seen sunshine after such a long winter. And also, I think, I don't know, I just am becoming more and more aware of the impact of stress on us and how important it is to really manage that. And just like, I don't know, I'm just yearning for it. I can't say why.
No, I love it. Thank you for sharing, because it's something very easy for everybody to just apply and start with.
Yeah.
I will start myself doing it.
Yay.
Let's see. I love silence too. I'm a big fan of silence, actually. I embrace it so much.
I feel like when you have kids as well, it's just like,
maybe.
Oh my God. like we love them so much, but there's always noise.
It's true. It's true. I don't know. I just, before I would always needed music to work, and now it's just complete silence, and that's when I'm the
that. You are all perfect exactly as you are, and you are all worthy of having everything that you want. And I always think, whenever I want to do something, I think, okay, if fear and doubt were no object, what would I do? And that's how I try to govern my life. So, you know, just taking away the insecurities, the fear, the doubt, and just acting kind of despite all of that, because we all have it, but we just have to sort of start acting as if it didn't exist, and then within that you will empower yourself and build your self-worth, because that is what you're worthy of.
It's a really good advice.
And just taking time each day to just check in with yourself, like, how am I feeling today? And take the pressure off. I just think there's so much pressure we put ourselves under. If you're tired, rest. If you're feeling motivated, do something. If you want to work out, work out. If you don't, don't. Like, sometimes
I always say, if you need to cry, just go for it. Take the day off. Cry as much as you need.
So yeah, just take the pressure off.
It's a very good advice. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Alice.
So,
and Alice, you know, I really just have to say, like, not only is your jewelry so beautiful, like, I'm wearing the Alice now. Can you see?
Love it.
I love it.
The
And
blue
you
sapphire.
can wear it in 4 ways. Everything's very adaptable, versatile. And, you know, when I first met you, it's just like, and even just speaking to you now, like, self-development is so important to you. And I love that there is so much meaning behind all the pieces of jewelry. So can I ask you, what is your favorite piece?
You can't ask that.